you need... You need 5 Sliggy Special for 340. Oh shit, that's... well, that wasn't very smart. That was not very smart. I forgot that when you're in the... well, it's whatever. Fine. It doesn't matter. We can make it happen. But other than that, I haven't really seen, like, not openly anyway, I haven't really seen a lot of AI art being used in advertisements and whatever. Admittedly. I thought it would be a much bigger issue once AI art became popular, but not really. Which surprises me. Like I said, I think I was kind of expecting a lot more companies to use it, but I think there's still some people out there who kind of understand, like, yeah, you know, maybe not in our advertising, maybe in some other shit, right? Maybe we can, like, outsource some other shit to AI, but perhaps not in our advertisements, because people, like, won't really... Okay, first of all, give me my cash, and then I'm still talking to you. Why do you have that? That's mine now. Here. Be safe. Okay, we got a potential customer, so I'm gonna run over there and talk to that dude, and then we'll see. It might also be that I just haven't seen it and that it's more prevalent than I would believe, but... oh, fuck, I'm unarmed. Whatever. Get over here. Oh, that's multiple guys. Zigzag. Zigzag. Well, it's too fucking bad you decided to hop up on my crib. Because I'm about to bust yo asses. Oh, yeah, come in. Yeah, fuck you. I don't know if I... oh. That's fucking bullshit. Okay, so if you die, you fucking die. I thought... oh, piss. Oh, I'm... oh, okay, this is before we... finished the... alright. So maybe melee weapons are also good, because the aiming in this game sucks. But maybe I'll get... I mean, I did hit that guy one time. Whatever. Right, on the West Bridge. They didn't like my sick parkour skills. That and possibly the fact that I'm selling drugs on their turf, but that's a different story. But what was I talking about? Yeah, AI bullshit. Whatever. Like I said, I haven't seen it on a lot of advertisements, but I also might be wrong. I just find it funny that whenever people talk about it, there's always this, like, look at how real this looks, right? It's like, it's indistinguishable from real life, and I'm like, really though? Is it though? Is it though? I can't say that I can agree with you there. With a lot of things, I really can't. It's very clearly not. Okay, we're gonna wait until the first quarter of the day is over. And then you know how it goes. Pop that in here. Donut stuffer. There we go. Is Molly, sorry. She's like on her way around here. Alright, she's... Hey, yo, Molly, hold up. No, hold on, just chill. Here. Be safe, baby. Alright, let me go grab my piece. Because apparently we're gonna get fucking jumped again. It's a real re-zero type beat type moment. Just fucking try and jump me. Oh, they're not even here. Oh, that's so that. Okay, so those encounters are random. So this guy's. This is a lady. Sorry. She in here? Hi. How about a free sample? Fuck yeah. Okay. And then we gotta go down here. Benzi's influence in down. Oh, okay. So that's why they're pissed. But that's a new thing, I think. That's a new mechanic, I believe. I don't remember that from last time. Hey, what about you? How about some of this shit? Yeah, smoke that shit. Fuck yeah. Nice. Sick. Fuck you, Benzies. In Westville, okay. So I believe once we, like, manage to... Once we manage to drive them out completely, that'll mean something good for us, too. Okay, never mind then, Meg. I guess in this timeline, she knows what to do. Okay, let me actually check on this guy. Yo, holy fuck, 9 donut blaster. Hold the phone. Hold the phone, buddy. Okay, yeah, you're still working. Okay, you've also done... What? Oh, it's locked because... Okay. I get it. How about 10 Sliggy special instead for 705? Holy shit, bro. That guy is crazy. How about 5... 340... No, 5 of these. Nice. Okay, let's be careful here. You never know when these fuckers are gonna start popping up. Oh, I didn't even notice we actually had some stuff in here still, too. Okay, well, truth be told, we are gonna be getting some more Donut Blasta still, as it seems. Why is this one down? These are both Donut Blasta, so start packing that shit up. Back that ass up. Oh, whoops. Wow, that's not even that much Donut Blasta. I'm surprised. I was kind of expecting more. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. Well, now that I have more stuff again. And then there. Nice. That's working. I mean, that's not going to be finished. How about instead of 5 Donut Blast, that's 5 Sliggy Special for the same price? It's funny, they're willing to like pay a lot more now. Previously, whenever we gave them like the hey, you want to pay this much, they were like, nah, fuck you. I don't know if that has to do with like the influence or what, but it's pretty cool. What the fuck was that? Okay. Well, actually, I gotta grab it first. You can have these. Yeah, for 400. Honestly, fuck you. It's because this is the fucker who never wants to pay when I tell him, like, hey, this is the price. Then you gotta overpay. Sorry, buddy. Supply, demand. Yeah, I went to Business Academy. I love that sounds like really, really prestigious. It really wasn't. I mean, kind of, I guess. Not really. No, because it was just like, you just had to have good grades to get in. That's all. Actually, did you? I mean, they just accepted me. Because back then I had good grades. Now I don't have any grades at all because I'm fucking almost 28 and I'm working. I have to say, though, comparatively, I think I definitely prefer working. Like, going to school is nice because, like, in retrospect, there's not that much, like, responsibility connected with it, right? That makes sense. I'm gonna risk it and go out without my strap. Like, retrospectively, your responsibilities are a lot less, but I don't know. I still, for a long time, especially in my teens, did not enjoy school. University was fine. Like, uni was cool, but that was also because, like, there was actually stuff that I wanted to learn, as opposed to stuff that I had to learn. And I guess it was also stuff that where, like, I already did a lot of the research myself, and I already had a lot of the knowledge myself. Meaning that, 160, 160, meaning that, there was a lot that I already knew, and it wasn't like, I wasn't starting from scratch, even, as with, like, a lot of other shit that I learned in school. Which is to say that, like, I think at this point, I still like the idea of learning new stuff and, like, achieving new information, right? But it's the pace is very important, right? It's like when I want to learn about something and I take my own time to learn about it and to read myself into it, that's cool. The problem with school, though, is that you don't get to do it on your own time. It's like it's all predetermined and all like, I don't know, it's like there's prerequisites that you need to have, right? It's like it's all like set in stone. Okay, this and this and this is done here and then. And you can argue, you know, like I've talked like plenty of shit about a lot of the educational systems across the world, mostly the Western ones, because those are obviously the ones that I'm like most familiar with. And there is a lot to shit talk about them, but it could be a lot worse, I do believe. I think a big issue, though, is that, like, the idea of making things easier for the sake of people who are, you know, not as gifted, I suppose. I don't know. Is that, like, a good way of saying it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Hell yeah. Did I unlock something? I don't think so. Attain a net worth of 100,000. Fuck yeah. Nice. What is this? Donut stuffer. Okay, we'll mix some Blasta then. While we're at it. I also, in all fairness, I believe, is it 5? I think it's 5. Yeah, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Let's get strapped. Just in case we run into the Oppas. We've got Sauerkraut Supreme, under West Bridge, Basketball Court, Western Wharf. Okay. It's murder to just go this way immediately. I don't have a frame of reference either for, like, whether or not school is actually easier these days. I know that there are, like, a lot of, especially in America, there's a lot of different, like, not organizations, but a lot of different, like, actions, or a lot of different, like, concepts, right? Like, these, like, no child left behind type of policies and whatever. Where, in my mind, it's just like, well, you know, maybe instead of lowering the bar, which it seems like is often happening, but rather than, like, lowering the bar, maybe it would be smarter to try to get these kids, like, up to speed. And that's also why I think that, like, I mean, obviously, it's all like kind of a vicious circle, right? It's all sort of a vicious circle because there's not enough teachers, meaning that classes are getting bigger, meaning that the teachers can't really focus on every student's needs because every student is different, obviously. You know, meaning that there are possibly more troubled children, meaning that less people want to be teachers, and so on and so forth. Which is a huge problem, right? But I also kind of understand it because I don't believe there's a lot of incentive for people to become teachers. It's kind of a very thankless job from what I know, and I say this is all like information, this is like secondhand information really, because I've got a couple of friends who are teachers, but it's a very thankless job. It's a very like stressful job because you're not just an educator, but especially if you're teaching younger kids, you're also a caretaker, and like you can't really have like a favorite kid that you give all your attention to. You have to kind of divide it up between all the kids, but some of them require more attention, some of them require less. And I don't think it's easy. I don't think it's easy for teachers either. And don't get me wrong, like I've had shitty fucking dumbass teachers too. But again, I also don't believe that it's the easiest for them, right? Like I also believe that there are a lot of difficulties for them as well, not to mention that they are also human beings and also have private lives, so they have that quote-unquote burden to carry as well. Which is to say, like, you know, everybody has that, right? It's like, okay, everybody has a job and also has their own private life, but at the same time, is he out of seeds? I believe he is. No, he isn't. He has one seed exactly. He's not been paid, I think, is the issue here. Alright, let me grab these. I can't even grab these. Too many. We're gonna run back home, gonna drop these off, and then we're gonna bring the regular quality to the steak and shake. Stash and dash, whatever. But yeah, like I said, you know, it's the problem, there's a lot of different problems here, right? It's like, something that I also know is that nowadays parents are very, very content with blaming the teacher for everything, for example, which again is like another part of the whole idea that it's it's a kind of a thankless job. It's weird too, because like my parents definitely always like blamed me and my sister, and I've said this a billion times. It was like, if we were doing bad in school, that was like our fault. And it was. It wasn't even that it was inaccurate or unfair. It's literally just true. It just was the case that, especially in my case, it was like, yeah, I was doing bad. It's not much of a better way to say that. I thought this would be done. And apparently, though, these days is like kind of very much the opposite. Hold on. How about 5 Sliggy special for that same price? Counter offer. 5 Sliggy special for that same price. Okay, she's fine. Dude, Lucy is based. Okay. It's gonna take a couple more. It's gonna take like 3 more minutes, so I'm not gonna wait. Just gonna run back to the house and make some more shit. I thought she was holding a gun. What the fuck? Jesus. That was scary. But yeah, like I said, I honestly also think that it was like fair the way my parents did it. It's like, if I'm doing bad shit, like obviously that's my fault. It's not the teacher's fault. And again, I did have like shitty fucking teachers too, but my parents still were like, yeah, well, you know, if you did well in school, he couldn't be like this to you. And quite frankly, that's very true. You know, if I had just like studied and done better in a lot of different subjects, there wouldn't have been a possibility to like fail me in certain classes or whatever. That's the crazy part, I guess, is that it's true. If I just decided to, you know, not fuck all, or not fuck everything up, it would have been fine. But those are kind of the lessons you learn as you get older, to be totally honest. Why the fuck does she have so much Donut Blaster? Why does she have almost 200 Donut Blaster? That's insane. I know I gave some to her, but was it really that much? Well, I mean, it's fine, I guess. Okay. I guess 20 times 5 is 100. Yeah, so I gave her like a fuckload. I guess that is true. We have like a ton of Donut Blaster here now. But that's fine anyway, that's what I wanted. But yeah, all that is to say, like, it's still this like vicious cycle of like, people don't want to do the job because it's kind of shitty. People don't enjoy it. And I sort of understand, honestly. I really do. I wouldn't want to get fucking, like, yelled at by some stupid Karen bitch just because her little son is, like, a piece of shit and she doesn't want to see that. But it is weird, like, I don't have kids yet, so I can't really say if that's the case, but, like, I don't believe that I couldn't still realistically look at my kid and say, like, yeah, that's a fucking dumbass. If they are being a dumbass. You know what I mean? I think he's out of seeds, which is fine. Are you out of seeds? Okay. Make sure I have the right seeds. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. He can wait. Because my parents did the same thing, right? It's like, they were always realistic, and they were always open about when I was, like, doing shitty in real life and in school and whatever. It was, like, not a secret. They were like, yeah, you know, he's a fucking idiot. He's doing a lot of dumb shit, and we want him to stop. Whereas, you know, like I have a bunch of relatives and a bunch of friends that are like very much the opposite, where it's like they just lie about how successful their kids are in school or whatever. It's just like, why? Like, who gives a fuck, right? But I think it's an ego thing at the end of the day. It's like there's a pretty big like, it's a pretty big hit to somebody's ego when their kid isn't like the perfect little angel that they think it is, or that they want it to be, rather. But in that same vein, it's like, I mean, it's a kid, right? I think a lot of people forget that they were kids too once, and also made mistakes, and also didn't exactly do everything correctly all the time. The thing is, like, you want your kids to be doing better than you. And so, like, that might be an issue for a lot of people as well. It's like, they want to help, but they don't really know how to, so it's just like, well, you know, my kid must be perfect. But then they don't know what to do because they're not really sure, like, how to work it out. Because a lot of people become parents way earlier than they should. But I don't really think that it's an excuse, though. Because I think at the end of the day, like, you still need to know what you're doing as a parent. You can't just say, well, I'm also not sure of what to do all the time. Yeah, I mean, you had the kid, though. You gotta figure it out. Like, I don't think the issue in particular is, like, not knowing what to do. But surely, like, not even trying to figure out the issue is a big problem, right? I think that's, like, one of those big problems. Is that people don't even try to look for solutions. They're just like, ah, well, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I believe that a good parent is like somebody who's also involved in their, you know, there's like all these theories these days about how, like, oh, you know, gentle parenting and this type of parenting and non-authoritative parenting and whatever, and it's like, I don't know. I don't think the extreme of either is okay, right? It's like it's situational. There's a time when there's need for a stern tone, and then there's times when there's need for, you know, a softer tone, like a more caring tone. It's like, you just have to figure out which one is correct and when. And I think that's also a big issue. And that's also something a lot of people have trouble with. Is knowing, like, when which should be used. But I also sort of, like, understand it, right? It's like, there's no proper, like, guide on how to be a parent, because, like, every kid is different. So at the end of the day, it's like, the blame, I would argue, is, like, not all on one person. but there's still some amount of like, you have to have some like realistic expectations and tendency, or like you have to have a realistic view of your child as well, right? It's like not every kid is gonna be a genius, not every kid is gonna be a savant, not every kid is gonna be like the most talented and everything ever. But I think a good parent like kind of plays, you know, plays along and like tries to connect with their kid and tries to like see like, okay, this is what they're good at, this is what they can do, this is what they can't do, this is what they're not so great at, that kind of stuff, right? I do find that that's what makes a good parent. And again, at the same time, it's also somebody who knows how to like deal out punishments when necessary. The thing is though that like it also highly depends on, you know, the situation at home. There's not really like, I don't know if it's fair to walk up to somebody and tell them how to raise their kids, right? I wouldn't say that it is, because I don't think anybody really has the right to tell somebody else like, hey, this is how you should be raising your kids. Because like, who are you? Like, you probably don't even know the family or the kids or whatever. Why would you, why should you be allowed to judge based on just your experience or the little experience that you have? I don't know. Not that that's like my intention, right? To go like, oh yeah, you know, you should raise your kids like this. I understand that, you know, not every kid is the same. Not every family is the same. I understand that point. And you know, better than anybody else, because my family sure isn't like every other family.